Well, what's the commodity sort of story this morning? Precious metals are seeing a bit of a pullback. We touched upon oil earlier. Manisha, which one is it? What are you tracking?
Well, I'm looking at precious metals, Prashant, at one point in time, it was all about new all-time highs. But in the last couple of weeks now, we're looking at profit-taking. If anything, if the overnight is anything to go by the way, we've seen a 3 and a 3.5% of decline come in for gold and silver, both of these. And with this, we're now trading at 2 to 3 week lows for these. Last 1 week for the precious metals also has turned into negative, and that has pulled a month-on-month chart also in the red when it comes to gold and silver. I mean, with the wave that we've seen most of 2025, this is a new chart that we are looking at. But when you look at this year until now, it clearly has been on the positive side even now. So you have gold, which is still 52% higher, and silver with 62% of gains stands tall. I just want to take one thing away from that chart, and that really is about the silver prices there. So clearly, gold is now trading below $4,000 an ounce. We've seen 43.81 as an all-time high, and from that 4,000 important psychological level has been given away. We've seen 39.60 as a low as well in the New York session yesterday, and that's pretty much that we have seen come in for silver as well. Should get that chart on your screens as well, because for silver, 54.5 was an all-time high, and from those kind of levels, we've seen silver prices decline to around below 48 as well. 3.5% of a decline overnight markets. That would mean a lower circuit for the Indian markets, and that's exactly what we saw on MCX yesterday. Today morning, we haven't seen that trade open yet. MCX did say that they'll start at 9:30 and then 9:45 and then 10, but we haven't seen trade start yet. And there are some reports suggesting that it would be by 10:30 or 10:45 that MCX perhaps could be trading therein yet again. Take a look at what really seems to be happening into the markets, especially when it comes to precious metal right now. One, it is pure profit taking. The markets were overheated, overbought from the beginning of September itself, and some correction is what the markets were perhaps waiting, watching out for, and is what you're looking at right now. And then it also is about the US and China closing to a major trade agreement, perhaps, is what the markets are reading in. The US president is meeting Japan premier today. There are more tariff agreements happening, and that has led to that safe haven buying coming out from the market. And we've seen risk appetite money go back in case of equities there. Strong withdrawals from the gold-backed ETFs also is weighing onto the space. And then the expectation that the US Fed meeting, when that happens by this weekend, you could be looking at 25 basis point of a rate cut coming in yet again. That is something that the street has already factored in, by the way. Come to Indian markets then, and much of that premium that we were talking about in case of gold and silver all seems to have gone away. But the good thing that has happened is that with this kind of a profit taking that we have seen on the street, the festive demand has come in on the stronger side there. Indian demand also has been higher for investment. So during the Dhanteras Diwali week, people tell us that there was more bar and coin sale rather than jewelry. So clearly, investment is what we saw happen there. Also, when you look at the Indian imports itself for the month of August, were at 10-month highs. The ETF buying has been record high for the month of September. So buying in that sense also has been quite strong. And the markets really are reading into this decline in case of gold prices as temporary, as consolidation, and a longer period consolidation perhaps could take prices higher yet again. That's exactly what most banks and brokerages are still putting forth. So you have JP Morgan telling us that they still expect the prices to be above $5,000 an ounce in next year. CPM Group talks about 4,500 in this year itself. And 5,000 is a level that various banks and brokerages have talked about, including Metal Focus, Citi, Bank of America, etc. You have Yardeni also talking about 5,000 rather. And Metal Focus on silver believes that while we might be trading below $50 an ounce right now, but next year then could be $60. So consolidation, well, yes. Correction, yes. Profit-taking, yes. But long-term, still bullish.
All right, Manisha, thank you very much for that.